More chilling testimony on day 2 of the Boston Marathon bombings trial. Today, more survivors took the stand in the terror trial of surviving bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, including Jeff Bauman, whose dramatic rescue became one of the iconic images from that dark day in New England history. Eyewitness News reporter Jared Pliner joins us now from the federal court in Boston with today's dramatic developments.
Good evening. Just because the defense made a huge concession yesterday doesn't mean that the government isn't still going through the motions. More gripping testimony from survivors and first responders today. Day 2 of testimony in the government's case against 21-year-old accused marathon bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev. Tsarnaev's demeanor remains unremarkable, looking forward as gut-wrenching testimony floods courtroom 9. More of it Thursday. Jeff Bauman lost both legs above the knees. His testimony marked by an incredibly upbeat demeanor and sense of humor. Bauman was watching his now wife cross the finish line. Bauman says a man he told investigators was Tamerlan Tsarnaev nudged him, passing on the sidewalk. I looked back and saw a bag unattended, Bauman told jurors. I thought it was weird. In an instant, he was staring at a friend's wounds. That's really bad, Bauman thought. Then he saw his own. It was pure carnage. Bauman's hero that day, Carlos Arredondo, soon came to his aid with a tourniquet. In the hospital, Bauman would wake up without legs and write to his best friend on a notepad, I saw the kid. I know what happened. No court tomorrow. Testimony will not be heard in this matter on Friday, so the jury will now go home for a 3-day weekend with a lot to think about and digest. In Boston with the Mobile Newsroom, I'm Jared Pliner, Eyewitness News.
Now we turn to the Boston Marathon bombings trial. Testimony continued today. Several survivors took the stand, including Bill Richard, whose son Martin was the youngest victim killed in the blast. His recollection of that day brought others in the courtroom to tears. The Pinpoint News Tracker takes you to federal court in Boston now, where Eyewitness News reporter Jared Pliner has some of that heart-wrenching testimony new at 6.
Good evening. The government sent jurors home for the weekend, having heard testimony they will likely never forget. Bill Richard, calm, composed, and even-toned as he recounted with vivid detail the worst day of his life. Bill Richard started his testimony in the Tsarnaev trial Thursday in a most haunting way. My wife is Denise, he said. We have a son, Henry, a daughter, Jane, and our son Martin is deceased. Martin Richard, just 8, killed in the bombing nearly 2 years ago, a bomb prosecutors say Dzhokhar Tsarnaev placed, a bomb that destroyed then 6-year-old Jane's leg, removed Denise's vision in one eye, and burst Bill's eardrums. As Bill Richard circled family members in a photo from that day, he twice uttered, "That's Jane," with 2 legs. Survivors and family in the gallery cried for a man who had so much taken from him. I saw a little boy who had his body severely damaged by an explosion. I just knew from what I saw that there was no chance. In the unimaginable moments Bill described on Boylston Street, I saw my son alive, barely, for the last time. And Bill Richard finished by remembering going home at day's end, taking a shower, and just contemplating how his family had been forever changed. The gallery cried. In Boston with the Mobile Newsroom, I'm Jared Pliner, Eyewitness News.